Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everyone. I hope you're all having a great holiday season. Now it's time to finally talk about the Peanuts special that started it all. This is A Charlie Brown Christmas, which was the first Peanuts special ever made. I know I already reviewed It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, and A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving a couple months back, but without this, those specials wouldn't have existed, and I don't think the Peanuts would have been as popular without this special. I mean, by this time in the mid-60s, the comic strip was already popular, but for me, I didn't know about the Peanuts until this special came around, and I think that was the big mainstream jump for the Peanuts. This special came out in 1965 and pretty much follows Charlie Brown throughout the holiday season as he is depressed, he just doesn't like Christmas at all. As Linus puts it, he's the one person who can take a wonderful thing like Christmas and then turn it into a problem. And this special pretty much revolves around Charlie Brown trying to prove himself once again. He's given the task to direct a school Christmas play, which kind of weird that somebody that young would direct a Christmas play. And he's also tasked with getting a Christmas tree, hoping that the other kids would finally approve of him. So like I said, this is the first Peanuts special out there. Without this, there'd be no Great Pumpkin or Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. And back when this special came out, there really wasn't a lot of anticipation going into it. CBS originally aired the special, and they didn't have much faith. It's one of those very rare instances where it's going up against so many odds, and it just comes out being this huge phenomenon. But when you look at it today, this isn't a special that would really make its way onto TV. Because it's really not that big, it's not that eventful. There's one moment in the special where Linus talks about what Christmas is all about, and obviously it has to go back to the Christian roots of Christmas, where it's the birth of Jesus. And I just get the impression that if this were made today, it would have never aired, because there's just something about where people don't like to share religion. I don't know. Because Christmas has just been so commercialized, and the special even addresses that. It's rare that non-Christians will talk about Christmas while talking about the fact that Jesus was born. But outside of all that, there are just so many memorable moments in this entire special. The Vince Guaraldi score is one of the obvious moments. It's just such an iconic score. It plays every year during Christmas. The only thing I really don't like is that, for some reason, the Linus and Lucy theme, which is the traditional Charlie Brown theme, is played during the holidays as well. And for me, it's not really a Christmas song because it's so identified with Charlie Brown that it just feels weird playing it during Christmas. And along with the music, there are just so many great moments throughout. When we actually get to the school and Charlie Brown's trying to set up the play and direct everyone to basically reenact the birth of Jesus, he cannot get anyone's attention. They're too busy dancing on the dance floor to the Linus and Lucy theme, and Charlie Brown just gets no respect at all. And just continues to prove that Charlie Brown is that kid that's easily relatable if you were bullied back then. Because it seems like the entire world is against him, nobody likes him. Even when he goes out to try to get a Christmas tree, he can't even do that right. I mean, granted, the kids wanted a fake-ass plastic Christmas tree or a metal Christmas tree, considering that Linus bangs on the tree and it makes a metal noise. So I can understand Charlie Brown's desire to try to get the misfit tree, that little green tree that's just a plant, if anything else. I mean, yeah, trees are plants, but it's just more like a plant that's on its deathbed, and it doesn't even look like a tree. So again, I can kind of get how Charlie Brown wants to go out of the norm and actually get a real tree, but at the same time, that's a pathetic looking tree. Why would anybody in their right mind want to get something that sick and that weak and that pathetic looking? Now I actually really want that as a Christmas tree. I know that goes completely against everything I said about that tree, but it just does look like that kind of thing that you wouldn't mind having around. Not as the official Christmas tree within your place, but something on the side, sort of like a mini Christmas tree. A few other moments that stick out to me in this special is the ice skating scene at the beginning, where Snoopy's going around, he pulls everyone on the ice, and then he sees Charlie Brown and Linus skating around. He grabs Linus's blanket, Charlie Brown somehow gets caught in it because he's Charlie Brown. And then Snoopy swings it all the way around. Charlie Brown goes flying through the snow, smashes into a tree, and somehow doesn't die considering how hard he hit that tree. And what's funny is that in the background you can just hear, "Christmas time is here." It's just so peaceful going up against something that is just the complete opposite of peaceful. And speaking of Snoopy, another memorable moment in the special is when he dresses up his doghouse full of lights for this contest. And then by the end of the special, when Charlie Brown heads home and he walks past the doghouse is all decked out and there's already a ribbon there that says first prize. And Charlie Brown even has that moment where it's like, wow. And then he goes, oh well, this commercial dog's not going to ruin my Christmas. And then that's immediately followed up by Charlie Brown taking an ornament off of Snoopy's doghouse, putting it on the tree, and then the tree just collapses, and he goes, I killed it. Everything I touch gets ruined. Then he just walks away with his head down. And then in the only moment of dignity that the kids show Charlie Brown, they take all the decorations off of Snoopy's doghouse, put it on the tree to where it actually looks like a legitimate Christmas tree. They start singing Hark the Herald Angels Sing. Charlie Brown runs out, sees the tree. They all wish him a Merry Christmas. And then once again, they all start singing that song. And this actually leads into a nitpick I have with this special. It's something I always found to be weird, even when I was a kid and I saw it for the first time. But the credits roll as the kids are singing Hark the Herald Angels Sing. But the music just seems to cut off abruptly, like it fades out so abruptly that it just leaves you with awkward silence. And this always confused me because that rendition of Hark the Herald Angels Sing is actually on my Christmas playlist, and they complete the whole song. There's no weird fade out, so it makes me wonder why they didn't decide to include the entire thing within the special. Maybe it was time constraints, because after all, this special was completed 10 days before they had to air it. It's weird, but it's not enough for me to ruin my enjoyment of this special. This is one of my favorite Christmas specials out there, next to Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas from Chuck Jones. Sure, the animation is primitive by today's standards, but this was the first Peanuts special out there, so it looks pretty good considering what it had to go up against. The music is iconic, once again the characters are great, and just like with It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, and A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, it's got so many iconic moments that it's hard for me to really hate on this. This is my favorite of the classic Charlie Brown holiday specials. I know there are others out there, like the Easter one, the New Year one, but this right here is the holy trinity of Charlie Brown specials. It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, and like I said, my favorite, A Charlie Brown Christmas. So obviously, I'm going to say get off your ass and go see it right now. It's a special that everyone has to see every year throughout Christmas. Maybe more than the Rankin Bass stuff, but this is just a classic all around. And without it, I doubt Peanuts would be in the position that it is now. And that's my review for Charlie Brown Christmas. I originally wanted to review the original Chuck Jones Grinch, but I just haven't had the time to do it. But I do have a couple more reviews coming out before the end of the year, including my review for Aquaman. So keep your eyes out for a few other reviews, my 2018 movie roundup where I talk about all the movies that I did see but didn't review, and obviously my worst of list and best of list. So keep your eyes open. There's a lot more to come before the year ends, but now I want to hear what you guys have to say about A Charlie Brown Christmas. If you've seen it, what did you think? What's your favorite Charlie Brown special? Let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, I hope you enjoyed this review. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, and of course leave a comment. Don't forget to support my Patreon page, follow me on social media, and until next time, this is the real Mr. Robinson telling you there's only one, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.